It was late in the night. Fluttershy was lying in her bed staring out of the window in front of her. She wanted to sleep but just couldn't bring herself to do so. It's been 2 months since she last saw Discord. It was strange for him to be gone for so long and not even send a letter explaining why. She was starting to miss the Draconequus and his antics. She closed her eyes and imagined what he could have been doing right about now. Maybe he found a new Pegasus to hang out with, she thought. Fluttershy shivered as wind flew through her mane. Wait, her window wasn't open. Her bed was softer than usual. The Pegasus opened her eyes to find that she was no longer in her room but above it on a cloud. She yelped, covering her mouth her hoofs. How did I get up here? She asked aloud. You really think I could ever replace you? Fluttershy's ears perked up when she heard the voice. Where are you? She asked, looking all around. I am. Right. Here. Discord shouted, pouncing Fluttershy from behind. The Pegasus squealed with delight from the embrace. Discord placed his hands on her sides and lifted her into the air. You missed me? Yes, I missed you so much. She wrapped her forelegs around him and hugged him tightly. Where were you? Discord raised a brow in confusion. Didn't you get my letter? He asked as he lowered the mare. No. Oopsie, Discord snapped his talons, then a bedside table appeared. He opened one of the drawers and pulled out a letter. I'm sorry, Fluttershy. I meant to send this to you but apparently I forgot. It's okay, I'm just happy to see you, she smiled. Discord sent the table back to his room, then plopped down right next to Fluttershy. The two didn't speak to each other immediately. They both looked away awkwardly until Discord broke the silence. Did I miss anything? I've been gone for 2 months. I must have missed something. Fluttershy picked at the cloud, avoiding Discord's face. Twilight got this new dash. I don't want to hear about Twilight. What about Applejack? Not concerned with any of the other ponies, I just want to hear about my favorite pony, he said while petting the Pegasus head. Fluttershy's face flushed at the statement. Favorite pony, how can I be his favorite, she thought. She pushed his paw away, placing a frown on the spirit's face. What's wrong? I thought you liked it when I pet you. I do, but am I really your favorite pony, she stammered. Discord coiled himself around the skittish mare, making her quiver. Would I lie to you? Well, there was that one time. I'm serious, you are my favorite pony. Even though I'm friends with the others, they're insufferable. Especially Twilight Sparkle, he groaned. What's wrong with Twilight? She cocked her head. Nothing. What? Then why do you not like her as much? I just said it, there's absolutely nothing wrong with her. She's a spinning image of her mentor. Just give it time and soon they'll have matching manies. So I'm guessing you don't like Celestia all that much either? Discord unwrapped himself around and laid flat against the cloud. Not really. We're getting along much better now. But things are awkward.
Aww.
Do you have a crush on her? I do not have a crush on that picture-perfect pony. Then what were those flowers for? She laughed. That was a sign of forgiveness. Besides, if I were to ever date some pony, they'd have to have an ounce of chaos in them, he huffed. Fluttershy tapped her chin with her hoof until an idea sprung in her head. What about Pinkie? Are we really doing this? Fluttershy nodded. I think you and Pinkie would make a great couple. No, I wouldn't make it through the first date. Pinkie is just a little too crazy. What about Luna? Discord snapped his fingers, then Fluttershy's mouth vanished. She tried to let out a scream but to no avail. She lightly punches Discord's arm. I'm not giving it back. All that came from the Pegasus was muffled screams. She began to bounce about the cloud, which slightly amused Discord. He snapped his talons again, turning Fluttershy into a flying monkey. I missed this.
Oh.
Can you do some tricks for me? Fluttershy let out a muffled growl, then lunged at the Draconequus. All right, I get it. Party pooper. He snapped his talons, turning Fluttershy back into a Pegasus. She glared at Discord, then punched his stomach. As he let out a small cry, she snapped her tail at him before turning away.
Yeah,
that was a bit much. But I haven't been able to use my magic like this for a while. Cut me some slack. Fluttershy didn't respond. Flutters? Discord floated over to Fluttershy only to have her walk to the other side of the cloud. She let out a huff as she crossed her forelegs. Fluttershy, it was just a joke, he whined. No response. Fluttershy looked down as she felt something rub against her side. Discord was in the form of a puppy, his bushy eyebrows and beard still present. He looked up at her, his scaly tail wagging slightly. She placed a hoof on his, then pushed him back. Great, I upset her. Think, Discord, think. Discord snapped his fingers again, emitting a flash of light. Fluttershy glanced over to her side, then let out a gasp. There was a butterfly in the shape of her cutie mark next to her, except it wasn't normal. The wings, along with its thin body, were made out of stars. The butterfly landed on her nose, its wings spread out. Its wings were made of light blue stars with a few, smaller magenta stars scattered about. She took a closer look and noticed that the magenta stars formed a message, I'm sorry. Discord was lying behind her, poking at the cloud. Fluttershy came and sat next to him. She raised her hoof, then started stroking his mane. Discord smiled, then let out a content sigh. Why? She asked. Discord turned his head slightly, raising a brow from confusion. Why what? Why do you treat me so differently? Isn't it obvious? You're the first pony to ever accept me. You're a very special pony, Fluttershy. Really? She asked, pulling her hoof back. Discord nodded, then pulled her closer with his Pegasus wing. If there's anything I love more than chaos, it's you. Discord blushed after realizing what he said. I don't love you like that. I mean, if I had to give up my magic to save you then. That sounds just as cheesy. Fluttershy leaned forward and gave Discord a peck on his cheek. Discord's face flushed even more, his ears perking up. You're not helping, he groaned. I love you too. Fluttershy let out a yawn, then nuzzled up against Discord. He smiled at the little Pegasus, and with a whip of his tail the two were back in her room. He tucks her into bed, letting the butterfly rest beside her. Discord stroked her mane before leaving.